Hello everyone, this is Srikanth Rajan from AR Pro Academy and welcome back to yet another important video. In our previous video, we spoke about how to execute a great test drive. So after that, I told you once a great test drive is over, we need to bring the customer back to the discussion table. This is where many of us make a mistake. So what happens is once the test drive is over, the customer has seen the car, the customer has test driven the car. Now the customer thinks his part is over. Now it's for him to go back home and decide on the car. And many of us also allow him to go, but that's not the case. The most important fact here is to first get him back to the discussion table and discuss about his test drive. List down points that he loved in the test drive. List down points that he felt was not great. So these are things that gives you a feedback on what features the customer has loved on the car and what not. This is very important to actually finalize a car. Now there is no such car in the world which can 100% satisfy a customer's requirements. If a car gives you fantastic power, definitely there will be a shortage on the fuel efficiency. And if a car gives you fantastic fuel efficiency, you will definitely lose out on power. So everything doesn't come in, but when you choose a right car, getting a balance of all these together is the most important part. For that, we need to discuss with the customer and try to balance the features as per the customer's requirement. And for that, you need to bring him to the discussion table. So get him back to the discussion table. You could even get him another cup of coffee and start discussing about the features he loved about the car. Now when you start discussing, this is where a lot of objections can also come up. But remember, whenever an objection comes, does not mean that the customer does not like your product. Does not mean that the customer is not going to buy a product. If you have an objection, do understand that the customer is interested in the product and wants to know more about it and wants to clarify all his doubts before finalizing them. So here, one of the most important aspects is clearing all his doubts and ensuring that all his objections are taken care of in a manner which pleases him. So this is something very important. So this is that portion of your time where you need to clear off all the objections or queries related to the product so that you can go ahead and discuss the price. Now why I told you to get back to the discussion table is not only to discuss the objections, but as soon as the objections are over and you feel the customer is convinced with the car, the first thing you need to do is finalize the model and the variant. Yes, model most of times is finalized by the customer already in today's world because he has seen several reviews online. But then the variant which he comes to you and learns about the different variants from the brochure, from the demo that you gave, he will actually think of finalizing some variant which would be more apt to him. Now, once you select the variant, it's also a very important factor to discuss the colors. Now, bring across the colors in front of him, preferably if you have cars available in your stockyard or in your service center where you can actually show the colors of the car, that would be the best part of it. You can take the customer, go for a walk around the after sales, that is your service center, and show them around. Probably you could even get your service manager to talk to him. This could actually build that confidence more on the brand, and he would be sure that after he buys the car, he is going to get great service from the service also. Now this is something that you can do to show him the car as well. Now by the time all this is happening, you have spent enough time with your customer, and because of which your relationship with the customer is also going to be strong and the bonding has to be good so that the customer is more free to talk to you and he can discuss his actual problems. So once all this is done, you have decided the car, the variant, the color. Now what you do next is get a quotation personalized. Yes, get a personalized quotation for the customer by not just getting the price on road, but then you also need to get the finance quote if he is going for a finance. So get the down payment, get the approximate EMI calculation. Once all this is done, you explain all these features with the customer, and only then you would allow the customer to go back home or think about it. And that too only if the customer wants to take time. Otherwise, you can directly get going with the closing of the deal. But otherwise, you could give the customer some time. Probably he wants to discuss with his family or friends. You can allow that. But ensure that before you end this conversation, you do fix a timeline for the finalization. This is very important. So before you finish and before the customer leaves, the very important thing is fix the next appointment to finalize the deal. Now this could be in person. Yes, doing it in person is something very important as long as you feel the customer is really hot and it's time to get the deal going. So wherever you feel the customer is actually going to close the deal soon, you should actually decide the next appointment as a direct meeting, because direct meeting can always help you close the deal better. But if you feel the customer says he needs the time taken to finalize maybe more than 15-20 days, in that case the next appointment can be kept again short within about 48 hours, so that you can actually call the customer and keep your relationship connected. To also give a follow-up so that the customer is able to ask his questions and clarify any other doubts that he may have. So guys, now you understand how important it is to bring the customer back to the discussion table after the test drive. So team, with that, we will stop this video now. In the next video, we will discuss more about how to do a great follow-up. So for now, this is all for the day. And before I end the video, do press the subscribe button if you have not done yet, and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a brand new video. And do press the like button and share this video with all your friends and colleagues to whom this would be helpful. So until we catch up on the next video, this is Srikanth Rajan signing off. Goodbye.